Welcome to Medicare School Daily, where we help you understand Medicare, save money, avoid mistakes, and above all else, get the most out of your Medicare benefits. Now, today's topic is switching Advantage plans during the annual enrollment period. Many of you have chosen to enroll in an Advantage plan. You felt like that was the best way for you to have coverage. And from time to time, you may need to switch your Advantage plan. And so I'm going to walk through the process of switching Advantage plans if it's necessary. First off, right around the 1st of October, the present company you're with is going to send you what we call the ANOC, or the Annual Notice of Change. And that annual notice of change is their obligation to you to disclose to you everything and anything that they're going to change from one year to the next. Now, frankly, most companies don't change a whole lot from one year to the next, but you want to make sure that you open up the annual notice of change. Sadly, many people assume, well, I like the plan this year, surely I'll like it next year. Folks, don't make that assumption, because they have the right to change anything they want, and they may change something that's going to hurt you. So we open the annual notice of change, and here's the things that we're looking for. Number one, have they changed the premium? Many of you today are on zero premium plans, and next year will probably still be zero, but you want to be sure you find out, are they going to charge a premium? And if so, what is that premium going to be to make sure you're comfortable with that? Number two, have they changed any of the co-payments? Right now, you may see your doctor for $10, and next year it may be $20, or next year it may be zero. The specialist this year may be $25, and next year it may be $50. But you want to be sure to check out the co-payment changes. Also in this area, you want to look at co-insurance changes, because sometimes a company may have a co-payment this year for, let's say, an outpatient procedure of $250, just a flat copay. And then the next year, they may charge 20% co-insurance. So that would be 20% of the Medicare approved amount, and actually it could be more than that. So you want to be sure you're comfortable if they made any change to co-payments or to co-insurance on the plan. And then thirdly, networks are very, very important. Of course, if you're on an HMO, it's critical because you can't go out of the network. So you have to make sure your providers are in the network. If you have a PPO plan, you can go out of the network, but it's going to cost you more money. So we want to make sure if there's been any network changes that you find those during this period of time to make sure you're very comfortable still with your network. And then fourthly, any medication changes. In fact, this is probably the most important part of any drug plan, whether it's embedded within the Advantage plan or separate, but medication coverage, because it can be so expensive. And so you want to make sure that your medications are still covered and you're still comfortable with the co-payments with those medications. All right, so do you want to double check that? And then lastly, perks. Perks are one of the things that draws a lot of people to Advantage plans. Typically, there's some dental benefits, some vision benefit, maybe hearing aids and gym membership. And so you want to make sure that all those things that you've been enjoying with the perks of the plan are still available next year, because sometimes those perks are not as good from year to year. Sometimes they actually improve, but you do want to make sure that you're still going to be able to go to the gym that you wanted to, or you have the eyewear benefit and those things, just to make sure you're familiar with that plan from year to year. All right, so if we're happy with the plan, there's been nothing changed that's going to hurt us adversely, then you don't have to do a thing. When you do nothing, the plan automatically renews. Okay, now if it does auto-renew, I want to make sure it auto-renewed because you wanted it to, meaning you knew the plan was still in your best interest. All right, and so if it's not in your best interest to stay on that plan, now we're going to have to switch. So let me explain that process. We have the dates of October 15th to December 7th. And by the way, I wouldn't put it off to the last minute. I would do this very early on, but they give us 7 weeks to be able to make any kind of a switch. And there's a couple ways you can switch. Number one, you can go to our website here, medicareschool.com/AEP, annual enrollment period. And there, all the information is online. You can really do this yourself if you're comfortable doing that. And what you'll need to do is set up an account. Now, if you already have an account set up, then you just have to put in your username and password, because all your information is saved from year to year. But if you don't have one, then set up an account. It's going to ask some basic information, your name and your address and your date of birth and your Medicare claim number, those kinds of things. Once you have the account set up, then what you'll do is you want to be sure that you let us know the medications that you're taking. Again, if you already have an account, just update the meds. So we want up-to-date dosage, up-to-date frequency of the medications. If the doctor's added a medication or dropped a medication this year, then you want to be sure your meds are appropriate as we shop the plans for the following year. And then you want to choose your pharmacy. Most people don't like to switch pharmacies. So if you're still happy with your pharmacy, then you don't have to do anything other than just confirm that you would like to use that particular pharmacy. All right, so once meds and pharmacy is updated, then what you're going to do is you're going to push compare plans or shop plans. There will be a button for that. And what it's going to do is going to look at all the plans in your particular area, typically by county or by zip code. And in most markets around the country, there's going to be anywhere from 20 to 40 different plans. And it's going to take those plans based upon your medications, and it's going to put them in order of the coverage of the meds and the cost of the meds, as well as any co-payments on that particular plan. And so it's going to analyze everything for you and put those in order. Once you've found a plan that you're comfortable with, whether it's an HMO or a PPO, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that all your providers are in the network. Okay, you're going to check your primary care doc, any specialists that you would expect to see, or maybe a hospital that you would want to go to. But you check to make sure that network is going to be a fit, because if you find a plan you like and your provider's not in there, my recommendation is find a different plan. If you're looking at those in order, just move down a notch or two and try to find a different plan to make sure that your physicians are going to be in the network, because it's a real hassle if you can't go to the doctor that you want to. All right, and so you want to be sure you check that. Then lastly, if you do not want to go through this process yourself, then you can get free help from one of our Medicare School Guide. All of our guides are very well trained. They're well versed in all the markets, be very familiar with the different plans. And so you can go to this website, medicareschool.com/gethelp, and you can make an appointment online with one of our guides, and then they'll call you back at a time that's convenient for you, or you actually just call in live to this 800 number, and you'll be able to get immediate assistance from someone that then walk you through the whole process. And if you choose to use one of our guides, I want to make sure you understand there's no cost to you whatsoever. Insurance companies always pay us for providing these services for you, and it'd be our privilege to be able to walk you through the whole process if indeed you need to switch your Advantage plan. To learn more, watch the related video or check out our most recent video. Also, be sure you click to subscribe for free and get notified every time we post a new video. To watch our complete Medicare workshop, go to medicareschool.com. And finally, when you're ready to compare all your insurance options and get free enrollment help from one of our Medicare School Guides, call the number on the screen. See you next time.